Okay guys, hey, good morning. It is Wednesday. I need to look that stuff up. And it's already like 2 in the afternoon. We've had a fits and starts all morning, but now we're gonna go out. We just got our new microphone, replace the one that I lost on the White House grounds, somewhere on the White House, I don't know where it is. But now this will make our sound a lot better. So this is the wireless microphone from DJI. This is my second wireless microphone because the other one got, well, just disappeared. I think it's on the White House ground. I think it's on the South Lawn. To be honest, I went out for a helicopter launch and I haven't really seen it since. And then it's got a little wind muff that goes in the top. That's right, I've got about 5 or 6 of these wind muffs sitting in storage. Ooh. Okay guys, so we are parked in Georgetown. I just realized something after a couple of years of doing this. I can park in Georgetown for free and then just get a bike and ride downtown to the White House, which is only like 6 blocks away. Or I can pay to park 2 blocks from the White House, get a bike and ride around downtown. I'm not that smart sometimes. Anyway, this is my new microphone. It goes here on my shirt. When you guys hear it gets muffled, that's because it goes, but generally that's where I keep it. So somehow it fell off there the other day in the White House. It's probably on the South Lawn, probably got blown away by the helicopter. Oh, we'll get spotted. Okay, microphone check. Yeah, I think it's working. Anyway, we are here down in Georgetown and we're gonna walk over to a bike rack. I've biked down this street a few times because I've shown you this one house just around the corner. All right, well, we're not at the corner yet, but I'll show it to you anyway. There it is, that yellow one right there. That house just sold, I think, for $3.2 or $3.5 million. It was a total shell, meaning that it was just 4 walls and a ceiling, and then someone went around and renovated the whole thing. But this house is famous because this was the home of a famous chef. Yes, this was the home of Julia Childs. Yep. So it was built by a prominent African-American carpenter in the 1800s. Julia Child lived there during World War II when she was a typist for the OSS. She then went into active service with the OSS and their follow-on agency, the CIA, where she met a man named Childs, and they traveled the world. She discovered cooking, and then she became very, very famous. But that's where she lived when she was a young, just 20-year-old. Too tall to work in the waves or the wax or whatever they call them. So she worked as a typist for the spies. Okay guys, that's the Four Seasons Hotel here in Georgetown. That's where a lot of foreign heads of state stay. But I found out that the Israeli president is not staying there, nor is he staying down at the Willard Hotel. He's staying old school. He's staying at the Watergate. So let's swing by the Watergate Hotel. The security there was pretty insane earlier today. I'm not sure how it is now. There's Rock Creek Park. There's some guy illegally camping down there. A lot of tents set up down in this area. This is a Park Service land, but they don't really get into the, oh, bumps. Jeez, that was nuts. Whew. I don't know how many of those bumps you guys actually saw because I have the Steadicam in my hand and it might have just smoothed over all of that, but I assure you it was bumpy. I was gonna bump out of my seat. Up here you go. See, we got police stationed right across the street here, and I suspect we got a huge police presence on the other side. Oh, his motorcade is here right now actually, so he must be in the Watergate. They've actually closed off an entire lane of traffic with Jersey barriers, and they got cops basically at every intersection here. Okay, let's try to use the bike lane here, but I think we're gonna get kicked into the road by all the police that are parked in the bike lane. But look at this security presence. A bit insane. They even got a tow truck on the other side in case they need to tow vehicles. So we lost our bike lane. Yep. So he's inside there. There's his motorcycle escort team. And like a DC, Secret Service, Park Police. Those are the press vans. And then they even got a tent down here. So he can enter or exit, I guess, so some sort of security sweep. They've got the dogs down here in the tents. Yep, so all this had to just pop up and it'll all disappear in the next day or two when he leaves. A little bit heavy security. All right, let's keep on the bike lane. Let's head down to the White House area, yeah? So this homeless camp out in front of the Saudi embassy, that's the Saudi embassy right there. It's gotten a little bit smaller. It's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, one man. There's like 6 or 7 tents now. At one time there was like 20 or 30. But it seems this one isn't fallen out of favor, perhaps, where they've gotten a notice that the government's going to move them. I think they might have moved over to E Street, which has become the bigger homeless camp since McPherson Square was shut down. Let's slide over that way. But first, let's take a look over that building. That's the Kennedy Center for the Performing Arts. You see me up on the roof there when I go to film Marine One. The roof is open to the general public. You do not need to have tickets. You do not need to be attending a show. You can just mosey on up there anytime you want and get a really nice view of the city for free. That little red brick building, we were just talking about Julia Child. She probably worked right there because that's the first home of the OSS. That building and the building on the other side, which is a stone building. But those two buildings on the Navy Hill are the original CIA headquarters and still actually an active CIA office. Don't know what division, but the CIA does maintain some office space over there on Navy Hill. That's the old Naval Hospital, Naval Observatory before they moved the Naval Observatory to where it is now. Still a few military people up on that base. Pan American Health Organization, and I thought the WHO might have had offices there, or the UN. I always thought of that as the UN building, the United Nations building, and I think that's where UNICEF and a lot of other UN agencies have their Washington address. It's right next to the State Department, which is known as Foggy Bottom, because that's the name of this area, Foggy Bottom. And we're going to swing around the back side of the State Department and cut down the sidewalk, I think. Oh, this is Navy Hill on my right. It is a hill that had to be held back by these big retaining walls that are actually screwed into the dirt there. And straight ahead of us, guys, that's the Lincoln Memorial. Let's see if we can cut over across the street without getting killed. But without getting killed is usually an important part of our decision-making process. Oh, they got a red light, which means I got the road to myself. There we go. There's State. The American Pharmacist Association. Is that pharma? Big. So that's the State Department. There's a couple of diplomats' cars outside. People meeting from the embassies, meeting their folks. That must be their shuttle bus. 100% ID check, Roslyn. So that's the shuttle bus to the Roslyn Metro. Diplomatic Security Service, DSS. They're the guys who actually handle security at the embassies. Yes, there are Marine Guards at every embassy, but DSS is sort of the civilian agency that's in charge of security for embassies. Here we are, guys, at the Federal Reserve Building, all wrapped in plastic. And we're at the entrance exit, secure entrance exit for people going in and out of the Fed. And, oh my, this road is now one way. Oh, well. Oh, Eagle is up and in the restricted airspace. That means we must have a motorcade going soon. Probably the Israeli guy. We can just follow Eagle. But here we go. This is the new Federal Reserve. The headquarters being renovated. You can see all the plastic sheeting on the outside. They're also going to take over the Department of Interior building, which is over here. And they've knocked down about a third of the Department of Interior building here on the backside, which is kind of odd. So, yeah, there you get a good view of it. I don't know. It's going to be another year, I bet. Another year before they take it. They have office space down on K Street in the meantime, and they also have an office here that's still operational. All right, let's go figure out what Eagle's up to, yeah? Eagle in the restricted airspace means usually a motorcade. Sometimes, though, it's like a chase or something. All right, nobody's going to turn. They can't turn. I can go straight. DC cop. Is this a cop? There are cops here. That's a sign that they're going to close the road, perhaps. 3rd District, yeah. There's a motorcade going in or out. This is not the 3rd Police District. This is the 2nd Police District. So anytime I see police cars out of district just hanging out around the side of the road, it's a pretty good sign you're going to have a motorcade soon. No sign of an arrival. We do have a police car here, but it could just be a traffic stop. Maybe we've got a departure. Oh, the truck that does nothing is over there, and an ambulance. Guys, what is this all about? That's kind of random. Oh, there it is. You know, actually, you know what it is? I think it's the congressional picnic tonight. They've got ambulances, medical, and then the truck that does nothing probably coordinating the picnic goers. All the congressmen are coming and their families and whatnot. It's going to be a big zoo on the south lawn. That's my guess. We'll see. Okay, we are downtown. I think the park is even closed. We still got a while before that motorcade arrives. His meeting's at 3:50. Generally, these guys don't wait around, so probably gonna arrive 3:45 or something like that. 3:40, 3:45. Let's go down this way for a bit, see what's new. This is a truck delivering stuff. Probably the White House Historical shop, which is right here. They have a lot of events, dinners, and oh, Marker's Mark. There's a lot of alcohol in that thing. That truck has a lot of liquor. And yeah, the park is closed. I wonder if we have any protesters up here. Let's take a look. We'll go in the bus and bike lane. Bus only. But then there's a bike sign. That means me. So that's St. John's Episcopal Church. That's the church where Donald Trump got his photo with the Bible. I think Trump actually went to church there a few times. I don't know if Biden has gone there. Oh man, give me some space. No space between this guy and the car. You have to go on the sidewalk. Oh. Jehovah's Witnesses. The evangelical presidential candidate. Truth conductors out here. Who else? And the dudes who run that other protest. Those two. And well, look at it. There's no red light. That's Ashburton House. That used to be the British legation in the 1800s. Lord Ashburton lived there, and he signed the Ashburton-Webster Agreement that actually settled the border between the U.S. and Canada, more or less, except for fishing. That was signed actually over at the Treasury building, I believe, but it was hammered out at the British legation, which was Ashburton's pad in Washington, D.C. And this is what's her name? Dolly Madison's house right there on that yellow building. That's where Madison lived after he was president. That was also the first headquarters of NASA. Yeah, that Mercury 7 astronauts were introduced there. Boy, that scooter looks messed up. I told the woman the scooter had a flat tire, and she says, yeah, it really feels weird. I'm like, because it's got a flat tire. Okay, so we're on 14th Street now, and we're ducking around. No, 15th. Lots of Arsenal fans in the city today. A lot of Arsenal shirts out and about. They want to go be tourists, but not today. Oh, we got a big bike. Trombone Man is here. It's a pretty normal day, guys, at the White House. Our normal cast of characters outside is there. Normal cast of characters inside as well. I'm not going inside today. There was a picnic, but I decided I'm going to take my son to the Arsenal All-Star game tonight. That's just a better use of my time, making my son happy. Service have their drone up for the meeting. You can see the drone is up, flying over the Treasury on the east side. Okay, back on 17th. That's the Organization of American States headquarters. Really beautiful building. Don't really know they do much. Bunch of tourists in bucket hats, big bucket hats. And the Daughters of the American Revolution headquarters, which is next to the American Red Cross headquarters, which is right there. So I'll tell you what, we're gonna go on the sidewalk so we don't get hit. Sorry. we are docked. Lots of Secret Service out here to secure this entrance when things are about to come. We'll go find a good place to sit. Okay, so Herzog is in the EEOB, in the ceremonial office of the Vice President, meeting with the VP, and then after that they have the White House picnic for the Congress. That's what the drone is up for. That's what the truck that does nothing is now doing something to cover for that. We are not going to the picnic. We're going to a soccer game. So let's get home and get ready for that. Here you see more police cars. DC's taken delivery of a lot of these little police cars here. I don't know what these are. These Fords or something? Are they electric? I don't even know. But there's a bunch of these that have just popped up in DC's police fleet. Mostly for like traffic control kind of things. That's better gas mileage maybe. I'm going to swing by over here. This is 20th and E. And this is the homeless park that has really expanded since the closing of McPherson Square homeless camp. In fact, most of the homeless from McPherson Square simply moved their tents over here or got new tents and set up. But the number of tents has gone up. I don't even count how many are down. All right, let's head back to Georgetown, yeah? I think we have a bike lane. Yeah, we have a bike lane. Let's catch this bike right here. I must say, when they first put bike lanes down the middle of the road, I was a little bit sus. I mean, it's like, is this really going to work? But it's actually quite a bit safer because there's no car doors popping open. There's no cars turning left or right. You're in the middle of the road, but there's not a lot of vehicles that interact with you here in the middle of the road. They're all over on the right-hand side. It's actually a nice thing. Now, there's a poor homeless guy up here who has a collection of about 24 shopping carts draped with a 50-foot American flag. And he pushes them around, stores all of his belongings in there. He has a wide collection of flags. I have tried to help him in the past, but he's a bit off. All right, guys, that's Washington, D.C. on a Wednesday. Tonight, I'm going to the Arsenal game. You'll see that video tomorrow, plus whatever else we catch going on in the city on a Thursday. Thanks a lot for watching. Subscribe if you haven't. See you soon.